Be a right-handed punch, straight punch, lunge punch, coming through my head. And we're going to show a way to take the bottom out of the idea. The man cannot deliver any more strikes to you if his base is gone. Okay, now what you just saw was a breaking technique, Taijutsu, to break either the femur in between the muscle groups, striking with the heel, or the knee. For your training purposes, it's better to use the upper leg. It's real easy to break a knee. It's not worth hurting a friend of yours in order to learn a technique. There will be some pain, however, whenever you practice any of the upper muscles of the leg sitting above the bone, the hamstrings and the lower group here, but in between you can slide your fingers in here or anything else and come to the surface of the bone relatively easily. That is where the strike goes, on the inside of the leg or under the side of the knee. Making sure in the beginning that he still believes that he's successful. I'm barely missed by this. Barely missed by the punch. We do it slowly, stepping out. The impact comes from my back leg sinking down. It's not the strength of my knee snapping the leg in. It's rather my body weight driving through. We do it one more time. Remember, this is a comprehensive training film, so there's a lot of things you're going to want to retain from technique to technique as you follow this picture. Since we talked earlier about trained fighters on the street, someone who's picked up some type of training, a martial artist, a soldier, we talked about the snap kick. One of the techniques you might see is a back fist type motion, where it would come in, striking you. It's used a lot, and it's used quickly. Okay? For your own benefit in your training, remember that speed is not important. Okay? It's the distancing and meeting his speed with just yours. If you move too fast, that's just as bad as if you move too slow and get hit. Better to meet him with exactly what you're offered. So if I'm here and the back fist comes in, Taijutsu, bone breaking. You're meeting a sensitive part of his body, the small bones and the joint with the back of his hand as he sails it in very quickly, very snap-like, powerful action. You're meeting it with the more structurally stronger part of your body, allowing him to damage himself against it. Involving speed, we'll do a shorter version where you may not have to step so far. Okay, where that comes in, not just raising my hand, smacking the bones. The sound that you hear over the microphone, you can imitate yourself. Take the back of your hand and wrap yourself good a couple times. Okay. Remember accidents. When you slammed your hand on cupboards, doors, car doors, balls, baseball bats, whatever you've been around in your life, you've hit parts of your body that have been painful. Take use of it in your fighting situation. For trained fighters, certain martial artists use high kicks or round type kicks like the one you're about to see. Instead of staying with your own system where perhaps they don't throw that kick and it's mentioned quite often that, well, that kick's no good, that's why we don't use it. There are people on the streets who can use it effectively. They'll kick your head off. Instead of doing that, remember, body, working with what's given you in speed, catching his time, all the things that you've gone over so far in these techniques, they apply to something from another school also. Well, you just saw the initial strike, he came in, the punch with my body weight as I shift along him, mirroring his hips and all the open areas, drives through his knee. The knee is hinging, and the strike goes in just above the knee onto the muscles that are propelling the kick. Use his body weight to send him to the ground. Don't think of it as a fast, deadly technique. Think of it as something being handed you to destroy. Your school may have taught you to damage the face and the abdomen in order to score points. Learn to damage limbs that have been out there and padded. While we're on